Welcome, Virgo, to your end of the month reading for March. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you, what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you for the end of the month. Okay. Best message, please, for Virgo. Best message coming out is the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups over here, it's just telling you to make sure that you let go of any doubts and insecurities or any worries that might be on your mind. If someone is annoying you, my friends, go ahead and let that go as well. Okay. Clarifying on that is solitude, taking some time out to gain some clarity upon the situation. So yeah, if you have any doubts or annoyances, just maintain your mental clarity, and it's probably time for you to step back from the situation so that you can gather yourself back. It does feel like someone is kind of annoying you, or something is annoying you and has you kind of down and out at this end of the month. Okay, so let's see what's going on, getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, the recent past, and the near future. We have the Hangman coming out, which is the same as the Sacrifice card. Passions ignited in the recent past, and finances and material changes. So it does feel like there is something burdensome going on when it comes to your finances and material changes. If you feel like you don't have control over your expenses and the way that you're spending money, maybe someone is kind of weighing on your expenses as well. Yeah. So let's get over here to the Passions Ignited really quick. Let's see. So somebody's definitely got your heart, or you're definitely very, passionate about a situation in the recent past. Something that was overwhelming you has kind of taken a turn. It does feel like maybe that was the whole thing. They had your passions ignited, and then it became kind of overwhelming. This transformation, something different has occurred, in the way that there is maybe giving and taking. It feels like almost shared resources. If you feel like somebody is not stepping up to the plate, my friends, to help with the resources, this could be a huge burden, feeling like you're doing more of a payout than they are, or, see what I'm saying? So it does feel like that's kind of a burden. Feeling like maybe you're going to work and then, spending all this money and not really having much in your pocket. With the Sacrifice over here, definitely having the Hangman over here is talking about those doubts and annoyances and needing to take a leap of faith for your own security and your own purposes over here with the Nine of Cups. So it's talking about your own self-satisfaction. Maybe you feel like there's nothing left after you do this payout. Maybe it was taxes, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Everybody's story is a little different, but it does definitely feel like you need to take a step back and have a breather with the Solitude card over here, because it does feel like there's a lot of wasted money. There's definitely a loss going on over here because of this burden. The Two of Cups, maybe you've given enough love, or maybe you, oh boy, it just feels like there's no unitedness. I think that maybe at one time you felt like there was going to be this united peace that was going on between you. It was almost like maybe there's love, but maybe if they're not doing anything to help within the situation, you can give all the love. For instance, an example is, if I ask you to move in with me, but you're not giving, you're not paying any bills, it's emptying my pockets over here. That's just a situation. Doesn't, throw it away if it's not yours. But that type of thing, like love can only go so far. I need you to help out. And it does feel like that's where the burden is coming from in certain ways for a lot of you. With the Queen of Wands coming out, there's a lot of attention going out and a lot of courage coming out of you at this time. But still, you're having these doubts and worries on the inside, and having something interfere with um the real situation is, of course you're going to have to put in extra action. Of course you're going to have to do what's needed. Maybe they want to be in the limelight. Maybe they want a lot of attention as well. Wow. But it just feels like there's some irresponsibility going on. So maybe there's a lot of love in those situations, but it doesn't feel like they're giving much back out. So it does feel like any responsibilities that they need to take on could be a huge burden to you. Yeah, well, you can be as loving as you want, but if I'm the only one bringing home stuff, I need help. I mean, it just feels like that's what it is. There's a lot of focus on work and a lot of focus on trying to work out the situation at hand right now in the end month, but it just feels like maybe they're trying to escape the situation, or the situation is escaping you, right, on how you're going to get this stuff done. Coming up with a lot of decisions, and there's a lot of things going on around you. Boy, I tell you, Virgo, there's a lot of multitasking that you're taking on at this time, which also seems very burdening as well. Looks like you're focused in many different areas. There's that burden again. But having the overall understanding towards the end of the month is where it's going to really pick up the pace. And the more you think about it and the more decisions you make on the situation, the more you're going to get out of this place of this misunderstanding of what is going on, or this burden. Because for some of you, it might be a huge misunderstanding. Maybe they thought one thing and it's another, however the situation is. There's definitely going to be some kind of communication between you and this person, which is going to get you back on the right place and make you feel like you're finally on the right road. Maybe with them. Could be dealing with a Gemini, my friends. I have Gemini, I have Leo, Aries, and Cancer. So it makes them kind of look out, if it's job, work, whatever it is, but it's also making you look at different ways of doing things as well. So it's giving you kind of a different perception of what is going to go out that, I don't know, it's kind of like what's going to go out that door. Maybe it's like, I'm going to hold on to this, because he's like holding on to one stick, and it's almost like he's taking his hand off the other one and saying what's going out the door and what's staying. It's kind of a metaphor in its own way, but definitely saying I'm not going to worry about this, but I'm going to worry about that. So it does feel like there's going to be a huge shift in whatever it is going on that's worrying and burdensome to you. Because it's pretty much almost like you're saying, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. This is not the way it's going to be. Once we cut through this communication, we'll cut through all of these other things. So you might even be weighing a lot of pros and cons while you're over here in solitude mode. With the financial material changes, there's going to be a lot more investing and a lot more plant seeding. You might even make this person get a job if that's the situation. They can't lay on the couch anymore. However, not moving. Yeah, wherever they weren't moving, or whatever financial things were not moving around as much, and you didn't see it coming in, but you see it going away, it's definitely it's leaving. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to stay there. It's definitely changing. There's different new expectations coming in the near future for this outcome that are kind of unexpected. It's kind of like, well, I went and did this. If you guys are waiting for this person to get a job, they're finally going to get up off the couch and go get a job. Okay, that's kind of the scenario. But there's going to be a lot more control, where you felt like you were losing a lot of control and it was very burdensome, and you have this good news coming in. And if you feel like a lot of money was being wasted because you couldn't get a job, don't worry about that, my friends, because because you have a job, right? And it's unforeseen. It's like it just comes out of nowhere. So it just feels like, I'm going to be at service to you, but you didn't see me coming. Was very unclear about the situation that this would actually take this huge turnaround. And that's really what's going on, is you're trying to get clear about what to do. This unforeseen action comes towards you, and it kind of surprises you. Let's put it that way. It's a huge surprise. And it's a huge surprise because of the judgment call. So it was like a blessing that was unforeseen, right? Yes, I wasn't clear. I didn't see that happening. So you're going to see all this different kinds of turns around going on. So, you know, don't get down and out too much right now, because the more action that you're taking, the more that you're doing what you're doing and thinking about it, the more it's going to shift. And if you're definitely dealing with this Gemini or this, you know, air sign, you're definitely going to see a huge major shift within them. And it's going, like I said, no matter what, it's very surprising. Because it's just something that you just like, wow, really? You're just going to like, just like that? And that's exactly what it's going to be, just like that. Oh, okay, well, you know, and it might have been that you said something to them once before, they kind of shrugged it off, and now all of a sudden they just want to kind of step through the door and say, okay, well, whatever, Virgo, I'm going to help you. Do you see? So, but it's kind of like, I don't know, they just kind of, were they hibernating, and now they kind of woke up like the bear. Winter's over, hibernation's over. So, okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Uh-oh, bye-bye.